Hey, hey! Okay, so today we're going to talk about public transport in the good old Norway. It's probably not that different from other places, but then again, I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you about it, and I'm also gonna do some prices so that you know what that's like. The first thing that you should know is that it does depend a little bit on where in the country you are. It's kind of different in big cities compared to like smaller areas and stuff like that. Also, I haven't really spent much time in a lot of the big cities, just mainly two, Bergen and Oslo, which are the ones I will be talking about, in addition to smaller places. So yeah, honestly, it doesn't really matter that much what kind of transport you do get on, because a lot of them operate under the same tickets. At least in the big cities. In smaller cities, you mainly only have buses, so that's not really a problem. Okay, so this might seem like a weird thing to mention, but I'm just gonna talk to you about exactly what to do when you get on public transport, because when I'm out of the country, sometimes I wonder, do I get in front and like buy a ticket there? Do I buy a ticket on the phone and actually get in the back or whatever, you know? So in a smaller area, when there's like a bus, you're at the bus stop, you're waiting for the bus, you can see the bus. Usually they will be, you know, they have a number and they have destination and stuff. You should probably like reach out your hand to kind of signal to the bus driver that you want to get on the bus. Sometimes you don't really have to. Usually if you just show it enough with your body language, like, oh, you get up from the bench and you walk over to like the actual like stop pocket in the road, you'll usually get the message. But you know, to be sure, always just kind of extend your hand a little bit to show that, yeah, please stop for me, pick me up. And then you get on the bus and you get on in front. In smaller areas, you usually get it in the front and then you pay for your ticket there and then you just take a seat, and that's easy as that. So that's pretty straightforward, right? And then when you get off, you like ding your thingy. In smaller cities, usually there will not be a thing over by the bus driver that says which stop is the next one. Like none of the buses in my old hometown has that. So if you're not sure, you could maybe ask the bus driver to be like, hey, I am not quite sure when I'm gonna get off. They might know, they might not know, it depends a little bit. In bigger cities, you do have the thing that says next destination. Also in bigger cities, when you're getting on the bus, you're at the bus stop, you see the bus, you extend your hand probably, but when it stops, you don't really have to get in front and you can just go in wherever there is an opening, and you don't actually have to talk to the bus driver and you don't have to buy a ticket there, because in bigger cities it's preferable that you in bigger cities it's preferred that you already have your ticket when you board the bus. So you can either get that on the app, which I super duper recommend, or you can get them at machines that are at some places. And that leads me to my number one tip if you're gonna do public transport in Norway is to get the public transport application that belongs to whatever city you're in. So in Bergen, it's called Skyss, which means, I guess it's like giving someone like a ride or a lift, I guess. And then in Oslo, you have Ruter, which is kind of like schedule, I guess, the bus schedule. Each city has two apps each, one for tickets and one for just checking the schedules and, you know, destinations. And you can like put in your location and the location you want to go to, and it'll tell you, you know, okay, you have to go to that bus stop and you have to take that bus until that stop and then get up and switch buses, like stuff like that. It's really, really great. It's a planner. Now, I really recommend you get those apps. Like, the chances are if you're going to Norway, you're going to be in a bigger city, right? Get those apps. I don't know what they are in the other big cities, like Trondheim and Tromsø. I don't actually know because I haven't really been there that much. But really, really, really do like Google search and just find those apps, because you will save money. Because if you go on a bus in Oslo or Bergen and you want to buy the ticket there, I think it's gonna cost you like 60 something. If you buy the ticket on your phone, it's gonna cost you like 37 in Bergen, and I'm not sure what it is in Oslo. I'm gonna check in a moment. I think it's mainly kind of supposed to be like a bit of a push for people to start using the digital thing to kind of be more efficient, because if the bus driver has to have everyone buy a ticket, then that will take time. Oh yeah, and it used to be that you had to buy tickets with the bus driver with cash. Now I think they have, I'm pretty sure most of them accept cards now. I'm not sure in other smaller areas, but if my small city does that, I think that's becoming standard fare. So you're probably gonna be okay. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Let people off the bus before you get on. Not a lot of people actually listen to that necessarily. But do that. Don't be an asshole and just wait for people to get off before you go on. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, now you know how to get on and off of a bus. Oh yeah, by the way, ferries, you can take your car on a ferry, most of them at least, and you can also just walk on there. The prices are a little higher, but those very much depend on where in the country you're taking a ferry. So if you're going to drive and take a ferry and stuff, I kind of expect you to kind of look that up yourself. And trains, yeah, you can buy tickets on trains, but sometimes you'll save money by buying them at the train station before you leave, or in the app. It's called NSB, and you can either go to the website or download the app. Okay, so we're gonna do prices now, and I'm gonna start with Oslo. I'm gonna say everything in Norwegian kroners. Okay, so in Oslo, if you're gonna do zone 1, which I think is, I think that's Oslo city, and if you, I'm not entirely sure to be completely honest with you, but I only needed zone 1. An adult ticket ticket is 35 Norwegian kroners, and you can use that however much you want for an hour and a half, I think. And it doesn't matter if you're using it on the bus or on the subway thing or on the tram. Actually, they do have a tram. But anyways, yeah, it doesn't matter which of the public transports you use. You can use it on all of them just by one ticket, and it'll be valid for an hour and a half, and you're free to use it however you feel. There are no student tickets or anything for single tickets, like if you just buy one. There are, however, period tickets, which are pretty great if you need those. Really, really great if you're gonna stay for just a couple of days or one day, or if you're gonna travel a little bit. I totally recommend that because you can save a lot of money on it. I'm also gonna put screenshots of this on the screen so you can just pause and have a look at that. So that was Oslo. Let's do Bergen, which is where I live right now. Let's see, single ticket. Single tickets in Bergen, and that counts for, I think, zone 1 in Bergen is the entirety of Bergen city, and then a lot out of that too. Like, it's, you know, Bergen, the city, town with extensions and whatever. And again, these apps are really easy to find, just Skyss and Ruter. I'm gonna put the name of them in the description so you got that. Oh yeah, and if you're going to take the bus in like any other area of Norway, just like a normal bus ride that will be kind of within the city, basically zone 1, they're usually gonna vary in price, but they're probably gonna be like around 35 to 40 Norwegian kroners, depending a little bit, maybe a little bit under. And if you're gonna take the bus, you know, further than that, then it's kind of hard for me to tell you what that price would be, because when you get out of the city, like out of zone 1, you're gonna get prices specific to your destination. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I should mention about public transport in Norway. Oh yeah, actually, one thing I want to mention. Okay, so there's this thing with people being extremely loud on buses and stuff. Generally speaking, Norwegian will be quite quiet, honestly. Like, some people will talk, and it's not like you have to be like super hush hush, but I will say that the people who are on the phone talking really loudly, or the people that are like screaming, having fun with their friends, they are standing out a little bit. I'd say on a bus you'd have like 90% of the people there are probably just gonna sit pretty quietly, and they will talk semi-quietly with the person next to them. It's not like a social norm that you have to be quiet on the bus, it's not like that, but don't be super obnoxious and noisy, please. I would say just be respectful and not super loud, and don't bother other people. Even though, honestly, if you're just being a little loud or whatever, people are probably not gonna talk to you. I'm just saying this because most of the people who are being obnoxiously loud on the bus and stuff are foreigners. And of course, I'm not saying that to be like, you know, oh, fuck foreigners or anything. I'm just saying, maybe they don't know, but usually Norwegians will be quite quiet. This, of course, is not a thing in the middle of the night and the weekends, because then everyone is drunk and horrible anyways. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to mention at this point. If you have any questions though, do let me know. I will try to answer. I know I'm a little bad at responding to comments sometimes. It's just, I get a comment and I'm like, yes, I'll respond to that in a minute, and then I forget. Sorry. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about, then I will do my very best, and I'm sorry that I'm so inconsistent and late, and I'll see you later, okay? Ha det bra. Ha det. P.S. Wear your seatbelts on buses that have seatbelts. Not everyone does, but you should totally do it. The fine for sneaking on the bus is also pretty high. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Bye, 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 bye.